Deep in the tropics of Asia, there are whispers of a forgotten fruit, a treasure prized for its crisp, hydrating bounty enshrouded in local lore. They call it the red Thai water apple. But here's the secret. That name is a lie. There's a case of mistaken identity, a botanical puzzle that has left one of Asia's most spectacular fruits hiding in plain sight. For months, we've been on the trail of this botanical treasure, piecing together clues from bustling markets, ancient texts, and remote villages. We weren't just looking for a fruit, we were hunting for an answer. Today, our search comes to an end. This is the story of how we found the forgotten fruit of Asia.
Before we dive deep, join our community of curious minds. Subscribe to The Career Botanist for the hidden science of nature. Let's begin. To the naked eye, it is just nature. But look closer. It is engineering. It is economics. It is survival. Welcome to the hidden side of biology. This is modern botany.
Our quest started, as most do, with a taste. On a previous trip to Thailand, I kept hearing about chamfu, a name spoken with reverence. In the markets, we found them piled high, gleaming, crimson, bell-shaped jewels with a waxy sheen. We were told these were water apples. The name made sense. Biting into one was like biting into a cloud of delicately sweetened water. It was crunchy, light, and unbelievably refreshing in the tropical heat. But then, things got confusing. We'd find another fruit, paler, smaller, and also called the water apple, or jambu air. It was good, but different. The texture was more watery, the flavor less complex, yet they shared a name. It felt like we were missing a piece of the puzzle. Most locals use the names interchangeably, but the real connoisseurs, the seasoned farmers, and elderly vendors, they knew the difference. They spoke of a deep red, pear-shaped fruit with a superior flavor and a flesh that was crisp yet dense, not just watery. This wasn't a water apple. This was something else entirely. The name itself, red Thai water apple, was a misnomer, a confusing mashup of two different species. The true fruit we were after, the one celebrated for its deep color and exceptional taste, is scientifically known as Syzygium samarengiens. Its common names are just as confusing: wax apple, Java apple, or macopa in the Philippines. The true water apple is its close relative, Syzygium aqueum, a paler, often more watery fruit. The legend was the incredible crimson fruit. The lie was its name. Our mission was suddenly clear. Find the true Syzygium samarengiens in its element, understand why it's considered superior, and separate the fact from the fiction that has kept this treasure hidden. We weren't just searching for a fruit anymore. We were on a mission to restore its identity.
To solve this fruity mystery, we had to become botanical detectives. First step, the family tree. Both the wax apple, Syzygium samarengiensis, and the water apple, Syzygium aqueum, belong to the Myrtaceae family, a huge group of over 5,500 species that includes guava, eucalyptus, and allspice. The confusion gets worse when you look at their genus, Syzygium, which contains around 1,200 species. These trees have been traded and cultivated across Asia for so long that their names and histories have all blurred together. They're native to a vast region from the Malay Peninsula to the Greater Sunda Islands and were carried by traders across the globe, reaching the Philippines in prehistoric times and Taiwan in the 17th century. So how do you tell these two cousins apart? The differences are subtle but crucial. First, the tree itself. Syzygium samarengiensis, the wax apple, is a more robust tree, reaching up to 12 or even 15 meters. Its bark is a distinctive pinkish gray and tends to flake off. The leaves are a key identifier. They're larger, more elliptical, and when you crush one, it's distinctly aromatic. Syzygium aqueum, the true water apple, is generally a smaller tree, though it can still reach up to 15 meters. Its trunk is often more crooked and branches near the base, and its leaves are smaller and not really aromatic when crushed. But the real proof is in the fruit. The water apple, Syzygium aqueum, is typically smaller, more conical, and often has a paler, almost translucent skin. The flesh is incredibly juicy, but can sometimes be bland. The wax apple, Syzygium samarengensis, is the star of the show. Its fruit is generally larger, more pear-shaped, or like an elongated bell, with a beautiful waxy skin ranging from pale green to that deep, desirable crimson. And the flesh is what truly sets it apart. While still juicy, it's denser, crispier, and has a more complex aromatic flavor that people rave about, often described as a mix between a snow pear and a watermelon with a hint of rose. Armed with science, our mission was clear. We were looking for a tree with flaky bark, aromatic leaves, and the promise of large, pear-shaped ruby-red jewels hanging from its branches. The hunt was on.
With our new botanical checklist, we left the city behind for the rural heartlands of Thailand. We were told the best champu aren't on commercial farms, but in older, smaller holdings and the backyards of village homes. The journey was a sensory overload. The air was thick with the scent of damp earth, charcoal fires, and sweet jasmine. We traveled past endless rice paddies that mirrored the vast sky, our roads narrowing from highways to country lanes, and finally to dirt tracks winding between canals and bamboo thickets. Our first few leads were dead ends. We'd follow a rumor of a perfect champu tree, only to find beautiful specimens of Syzygium aqueum, the true water apple. The owners were always generous, offering us handfuls of the crisp, pale fruits. They were refreshing, but they weren't what we were looking for. The flavor was simple, it lacked that wow factor. But each stop brought us closer. We shared stories and pictures with farmers. Many would nod, their eyes lighting up. Ah, you don't want the jambu air, you want the champu nok. He pointed us further east, towards a region known for its fertile soil and traditional orchards. The challenges were part of the adventure. The sun was relentless. The language barrier was a constant friendly hurdle. We even got our truck stuck in the mud and had to be pulled out by a smiling farmer with a water buffalo. These moments, these unscripted interactions, that's the soul of a journey like this. It's not just about the destination. We were chasing a ghost, a fruit defined by a confusing name, but with every conversation, the ghost was becoming more real. We felt we were getting closer, not just to a tree, but to the cultural soul of this remarkable region. The final leg of our journey led us to a small village nestled beside a slow-moving river. An elder at a market 2 towns over had given us a name and a hand-drawn map. After a few wrong turns, we found it. A modest wooden house on stilts, surrounded by a lush, chaotic paradise of a garden. And there it was. It wasn't a single tree, but a small grove. They stood about 15 feet tall, with gnarled trunks and wide canopies, providing deep, cool shade. The bark was just as the books described, pinkish gray and flaky. I walked up to one, plucked a leaf and crushed it. The air filled with a beautiful, spicy, aromatic scent. This was it. This was Syzygium samarensis. But the real spectacle was the fruit. The trees were laden. They hung in clusters from branches, and in some cases even sprouted directly from the thicker limbs and trunk. They were perfect, glossy, bell-shaped jewels, swelling outwards at the bottom. The color was breathtaking. Not just red, but a deep, glossy crimson, so rich it was almost black in the shadows. The owner, a quiet man with a warm smile, emerged from the house. He seemed amused by our excitement, gesturing towards the trees, a silent invitation to a treasure he had tended for decades.
This wasn't a commercial orchard, it was a living library of heirloom species, with mangoes, jackfruit, and durian growing alongside the wax apples. Finding the tree was a moment of pure discovery. It felt like stepping back in time. We had followed the whispers, navigated the confusion, and arrived at the source. The forgotten fruit wasn't forgotten here, it was cherished. We had found our treasure. Now, it was time for the reward. That incredible, refreshing sensation wasn't just my imagination, it's pure science. The wax apple has an incredibly high water content, which can be as much as 93%. Biting into one is almost like drinking solid water, making it one of nature's perfect solutions to tropical heat. It's an edible canteen. But it's more than just water. This fruit is a low-calorie nutritional powerhouse, packed with electrolytes like potassium and magnesium. That combination makes it something of a natural sports drink, perfect for rehydrating and preventing fatigue. The benefits don't stop there. The wax apple is an excellent source of vitamin C, a powerful antioxidant for your immune system. It also contains vitamin A for vision health and dietary fiber for digestion. The vibrant red color comes from anthocyanins, the same antioxidants found in blueberries. Modern science is catching up to what traditional medicine has known for centuries. Studies have identified other compounds in the plant, like jambosin, which has been researched for its ability to help regulate how the body converts starch into sugar. From promoting healthy skin to strengthening bones, the wax apple is a perfect example of how the most delicious foods can also be the best for you. This fruit is so much more than a collection of nutrients. It's woven into the cultural fabric of Asia. Its significance goes back millennia, though it shares the spotlight with its relatives. In Hindu, Buddhist, and Jain cosmology, the earthly realm is called Jambu Dvipa, the land of the jambu trees. While this name most often refers to its famous cousin, the jamun fruit, Syzygium cumini, it speaks to the foundational importance of this entire genus of fruit trees. They are seen as symbols of life and abundance. In Buddhism, a jambu tree is where a young Prince Siddhartha, the future Buddha, had his first deep contemplation on the nature of life, a pivotal moment on his path to enlightenment. Here, the tree is a symbol of spiritual insight. This deep cultural resonance helps explain why these trees are so lovingly cared for in small traditional groves. They are part of the family, a link to the past, and a gift to the future. To eat this fruit is to partake in a tradition that stretches back thousands of years. It's a taste of history, a bite of mythology, and a connection to the spiritual heart of Asia. Our journey started with a misleading name, the red Thai water apple. We thought we were searching for a single fruit, but we found a story of mistaken identity, a tale of two botanical cousins. Our quest took us deep into the heart of Thailand, through mud and misunderstandings, but it rewarded us with genuine human connection and, finally, the discovery we had hoped for. We've found the true Syzygian samarangans. We stood under its ancient branches, marveled at its crimson fruit, and experienced that perfect, explosive crunch. We learned that its superior taste is what makes it legendary, and its confusing name is what keeps it a secret. This is more than just a fruit. It's a cultural artifact, a nutritional powerhouse, and a symbol of nature's incredible diversity. In a world where food is becoming increasingly standardized, fruits like the wax apple are precious. They remind us of the richness that still exists, often hiding in plain sight, waiting to be rediscovered. Our quest to find this forgotten fruit is complete, but it has only ignited a new passion to seek out more of these hidden stories and celebrate the flavors in danger of being lost to time. Thank you for joining us on this incredible journey. What's the most amazing or unusual fruit you've ever tried? Let me know in the comments below. And if you want to come along on our next expedition, make sure you're subscribed with notifications turned on. We have so much more to explore together. See you in the next one.